vibrant and ever-evolving world of dancehall music, few names have risen with such explosive energy and lyrical prowess as Masika. Born with a relentless drive and an unshakable belief in his destiny, Masika has transformed from an ambitious youth in Portmore, Jamaica, into one of the most respected and feared lyricists in the genre. His ability to blend hardcore street narratives with introspective social commentary has earned him a diverse fan base, ranging from ghetto youths to international music lovers who find truth in his message. Masika, whose real name is Javon Fearon, has consistently pushed the boundaries of modern dancehall, infusing his tracks with sharp storytelling, haunting melodies, and a gritty authenticity that mirrors the realities of Jamaican life. Over the years, his catalog has expanded from underground mixtapes to chart-topping singles and critically acclaimed albums. With an undeniable work ethic and a style often compared to the likes of Vybz Kartel and Popcorn, Masika has proven himself to be more than a fleeting star. He's a voice of the streets, a poet of pain, and a symbol of resilience. But beyond the music lies a deeper story, a tale of struggle, perseverance, betrayal, and triumph. From humble beginnings in St. Catherine to commanding international stages and collaborating with some of dancehall's and reggae's biggest icons, Masika's journey is one of transformation and vision. Along the way, he's faced criticism, dealt with personal demons, and navigated the treacherous waters of the entertainment industry, all while staying true to his roots. This comprehensive biography dives deep into Masika's life, shedding light not just on his musical accomplishments but also on his personal life, his romantic relationships, fatherhood, and financial triumphs. It is a story that transcends fame, offering a humanizing glimpse into the man behind the music and the legacy he's building in the world of Caribbean culture. Masika was born Javon Fearon on December 4, 1993, in the Waterford community of Portmore, St. Catherine Parish, Jamaica. Portmore is often dubbed the Sunshine City, but for many residents in the inner-city sections like Waterford, life is far from idyllic. The challenges of poverty, crime, and limited opportunity make success stories like Masika's particularly inspiring. Javon grew up in a modest household with his mother and siblings. His mother played a pivotal role in shaping his early life, instilling values of discipline, hard work, and education. Unlike many youth who drop out of school to chase musical dreams, Masika was a bright student. He attended Calabar High School, one of Kingston's prestigious institutions, where he excelled academically and was particularly gifted in English language and literature, skills that would later serve his songwriting. Even as a student, he was always fascinated with music. He began experimenting with lyrics and rhyme schemes, scribbling verses in his notebooks during class. Inspired by legendary figures like Bounty Killer, Vybz Kartel, and Sizzler, Masika admired artists who weren't afraid to speak truth to power or document the harsh realities of ghetto life. At age 14, he began recording his own songs using basic equipment. Friends from the community often praised his lyrical ability and unique voice. By the time he was 16, it became clear to many that Javon had the potential to go far. But for him, music wasn't just about fame. It was a form of therapy, an outlet to release frustrations and express the inner turmoil of a young man growing up in a system stacked against him. Despite the temptations of street life, Masika remained grounded. He continued to hone his craft, attending local studios, entering lyrical clashes, and performing at community stage shows. His reputation as a formidable lyricist started to spread beyond Waterford. People began to refer to him by his stage name, Masika, a name that evokes strength, rebellion, and lyrical slaughter. By the time he graduated high school, Masika was ready to take on the world, not just as a youth from Portmore but as a future king of dancehall. Masika's official entry into the Jamaican music scene occurred in the early 2010s, a period when dancehall was undergoing significant transformation. The genre was shifting from the hardcore gangster lyrics of the 2000s to a more melodious and trap-infused style. Masika, however, came with a refreshing balance, raw street content with a philosophical edge. His first major breakthrough came through mixtapes and underground freestyles that circulated heavily on social media and dancehall forums. Songs like Goo Had and Done and Karma displayed his unique storytelling abilities. He quickly built a fan base of young Jamaicans who related to his messages of survival, betrayal, loyalty, and ambition. By 2014, Masika began working with Genocide Records, a label he would later co-own and represent proudly. The Genocide movement wasn't just a music brand. It became a cultural identity for ghetto youths who saw themselves in Masika's lyrics. The Genocide philosophy emphasized rising above oppression and staying focused on one's goals. Around this time, he caught the attention of major producers like Dre Day Productions, Not Nice, and DJ Frost, who began offering him rhythms to voice on. This exposure led to collaborations with more established artists and allowed Masika to further sharpen his style. What separated Masika from many of his peers was his lyrical versatility. He could move seamlessly from socially conscious tracks like Hardball to war-ready clash tunes like Murder, and then switch to seductive tracks aimed at female audiences. His adaptability earned him respect not just in Jamaica but in overseas Caribbean and urban markets. Despite the slow rise, Masika never strayed from his message. Each song reflected a lived experience, a real emotion, or a personal philosophy. These formative years were about building credibility, mastering the studio, and solidifying his name among dancehall's next generation. Masika and his long-term girlfriend, Candice. Despite being one of the most talked-about artists in dancehall, Masika has maintained a reputation for privacy.
I'm telling the straight because I'm a gangster in real life. I love my woman. No boy can play with my woman now you're telling the world. You hear that? Say so when I move, I like to move in my woman and she there tonight. So pick up yourself, baby, every time you know it goes.
Especially when it comes to his personal and romantic life. Unlike many of his contemporaries who post their partners or use relationships as part of their public image, Masika has kept his relationship with Candice largely out of the spotlight. Who is Candice? Candice is reportedly Masika's long-term partner, and the two have allegedly been together for over a decade, dating back to before Masika rose to stardom. There is very little publicly known about her personal background. She is not a public figure, influencer, or artist. People close to the Genocide camp describe her as a reserved, intelligent woman who prefers to support Masika from behind the scenes. Some sources suggest that Candice is involved in fashion or marketing, and that she has helped Masika with branding decisions, especially regarding the Genocide apparel line. However, she remains off social media for the most part and has never appeared in interviews or music videos. Fans have speculated on her identity for years, especially after cryptic lyrics and Instagram captions by Masika mentioning a queen who has been there from nothing to something. In songs like Love Story Moments Like This and Update, he references loyalty, trust, and protecting loved ones from the public eye, assumed by many to be about Candice. Family and children. Masika and Candice are known to have at least one child together, a son, though some reports suggest that they may have 2 children. Masika has mentioned fatherhood in interviews and in his music, using his experiences as a father as a lens for growth and maturity. Masika has been very intentional about keeping his child out of the public eye. He has never publicly posted photos of his son and rarely speaks about family in interviews unless it connects to his message of motivation or struggle.